I am Joshua the Psychic, and welcome to your new moon in Virgo Tarotscopes for our new moon in Virgo on September 14th, 2023. Thanks for joining me today. Hello, bot. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You are first. I'm sure we'll have more people joining us in the live for sure. So yeah, let's talk about this new moon in Virgo. But also, do keep in mind we have written horoscopes for you as well. If you want some old school horoscopes, you can check out my website, psychic-astrology.com. And you can also find my services there. Readings, coachings, gift certificates, parties, classes, etc. And the link to that is in the description below. Hey, ally from Canada, nice to see you. Hey, 𝐏𝐬𝐲𝐜𝐡𝐿. Thank you for joining me. So, we also, for this live stream, we're going to be doing super chats as well. So if you have a personal question that you want answered, send in a super chat, $5 plus, and we will answer it for you. We're going to weave your personal questions throughout the Tarotscopes for every single sign. So do that if you are so inclined, and we'll hook you up with some psychic guidance, whatever might be on your mind. So let's talk about this new moon. So new moons signal fresh beginnings, intentions, and inner reflection. Following the new moon today on September 14th, we enter our waxing moon cycle, in which the moon is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's going to get really big until the full moon in Aries on September 29th. So during this time, from the 14th of September to the 29th, we're actively drawing in abundance to manifest our heartfelt desires. We're calling things in, we're setting our intentions, we're drawing things in. And then come our full moon in Aries on the 29th of September, we're letting it go. We're releasing energy, removing blocks. So this is a new cycle that's going to be really exciting. A few notes for our Virgo new moon. This new moon that we have today on September 14th comes one day before Mercury goes direct. So Mercury has been retrograde for a while now, and it is finally going to be in direct motion. It had been retrograde, for the past 3-4 weeks. But we're not completely out of the clear yet. Mercury will be in its post-retrograde shadow period until September 30th, at which point Mercury will return to where it was prior to its retrograde, i.e. Mercury will be finally completely up to speed on the 30th of September. But until then, you might want to slow your roll. Measure twice and cut once. Take your time and aim for excellence. With this Mercury retrograde, luckily for us, it was in Virgo. And Virgo is very particular and very prudent and cautious, which is what we need to be when Mercury is retrograde. So start thinking about what you want to implement, and you might want to fire your shots after the 30th. Hey, Regan, nice to see you. Yes, that's a very good idea. Very nice to get your French green card renewed. Definitely. So keywords for Virgo, so you know: sacred space, discrimination, diet, analysis, service, nature, pets, organization, work, health, routines, habits, regimens, lifestyle. So it's those things that we do day in, day out that really constitute what we create and what we manifest. So you may want to use this Virgo new moon to create these keystone habits, those habits that you do on a regular basis that bring you closer to your goal. Maybe get a list going of this is what I want to manifest by spring of 2024, and then think, well, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? That should be really great. That's a great way of working with the Virgo moon, new moon, establishing new habits for sure. 4 things to know or do this new moon. Ease your mind. Emphasize self-care routines, gentle reflection, and calming ease. Remember, Virgo is a transitional sign. We're moving from summer to fall. So you want to allow your mind and your body to relax so you can be prepared for the changing of seasons. It is an energy shift. Seasons change. So you want to make sure that your mind is at ease, so then your body is at ease, and you can line up with the new energy of fall, which is right around the corner. Less than 10 days, 8 days, I believe. And get grounded. This new moon, very important to get grounded. We have 6 planets in earth signs, which is going to certainly help us to ground ourselves. And we also have our Uranian trine, which we're going to talk further about. The Uranian trine might be shaking things up, but it's very, very positive, and we have a lot of earth to keep us grounded. Now, that Uranian trine, Uranus is the alarm clock, and it brings surprises, but because it's a trine at a 120-degree angle with the sun and moon in Virgo, this new moon is going to help facilitate financial health and healing boons. So to really tap into that energy, harness nature and take a slower, centered, earthy, practical approach. Simplify. Virgo is really about separating the wheat from the shaft. Useful, not useful. Red socks, white socks, right? So you want to separate things. Identify what to retain and what to release. Discern your necessities from your distractions. Focus your attention aptly. You might want to also evaluate the routines in your life and see what might be cut. What do you need to release? Hey, Kelsey, happy Thursday. Nice to see you. So sometimes instinct can be confused with habit. So the things that we do on a regular basis, are we just going through the motions because we're used to it? Or does it really provide value to our lives? Again, consider what you want to manifest by spring and look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis to make that a reality. Because Virgo is all about your lifestyle, like what you do day in and day out. And whistle while you work. Virgo is the workhorse of the zodiac. They work very, very hard, and they love providing service. So whistle while you work, because when hearts are high, the time will fly. Utilize the Virgo new moon energy for targeted actions toward daily goals. Make your love for your work visible. So if you make whatever you're doing a labor of love, that's going to foster happiness, peace of mind, and progress along the way. Sometimes what happens is we want to do something, but we have a lot of resistance. Say I have this project, and I white knuckle it the whole way through, and I'm resisting doing the project, which makes no sense because I have to complete the project. So I may as well let go, surrender to the project, love my process, and then it's going to be a great turnout. Right? So release resistance and really fall in love with whatever you do work-wise. Finding the joy in it, whatever it might be. Sometimes that might be challenging, but I think you're up for the challenge for sure. As for aspects, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, the moon will trine Uranus. So the moon in Virgo is making a harmonious trine. A trine is 120 degree angle. And Uranus is the planet of change. So Uranus shakes things up. It's like the alarm clock in our life, but because it's a trine and it's harmonious, the changes that we incur are going to be very positive. So pleasant surprises. Eureka moments await. The moon trine Uranus brings sudden clarity, illuminating easier paths and facilitating smooth changes for a more harmonious journey. But hold your horses. Mars will also quincunx Jupiter. Mars is the planet of action, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion. And a quincunx is an awkward 150-degree angle, which requires adjustment. So deliberate well before setting your course. Favor planning over impulsivity for success. And this is doubly so because, again, Mercury, which is the ruler of Virgo, is not completely up to speed yet. It'll be out of its shadow period come September 30th. Oh, and we have a super chat. As we said, we're going to be doing super chats today. So if you have any questions, you can send in a $5 plus super. We will answer them. And we're going to get to our first super chat. Our first super chat is from Ally from Canada. My wife and I are separating, and I'll be moving back to Canada. What advice do the cards have for this transition? Love your live streams. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ally from Canada. So your wife and you are separating. Sorry to hear about that. But as they say, change is stability. So you and your wife are separating. You're moving back to Canada. What advice do the cards have for this transition? So you want advice for your transition with your separation and your move back to Canada. Let's see what advice you have. Advice for Ally. Canada. What advice do they have for this transition? Advice for Ally. And you are a Capricorn Sun, Aquarius rising. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Aquarius rising. We'll talk about your Tarotscope. You're going through an 8th house transit, which is all about death and rebirth and metamorphosis. So it's very apt. But let's see what advice you have, Ally, for your transition. You're separating and you're moving back to Canada. Advice for Ally. All right, let's see what you get for advice. So the first card you get is Strength. Now, the Strength card is about taming the beast within, right? So you might find yourself frustrated a little bit, right? Or upset. And with the Strength card, you got to have a certain level of soft control. So you know what you want, right? But you want to allow yourself to guide your beast. You want to think of your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus chakra, which is, let me get this shot out of the way, right here, right in the center of your abdomen, right? So there is where your will is. And what you want to do is you want to guide your will, right, to what it is that you want. And you also want to take a certain soft control approach. So through your separation, for instance, don't get upset. Do whatever it is that you can to guide the process and make sure that the beast within isn't going willy-nilly, meaning don't throw a fit if things don't go your way. Likewise, don't completely suppress your beast, right? You don't want to repress your will. You want to balance, right? Additionally, you got the Magician card. So this is a new start for you, and the Magician card is really a positive card. It's number 1, the most prime number. So it's really a matter of you doing what you can do to manifest your goals. So this is a time in which a lot of miracles can take place for you. With the Magician card, this is green. Green light. Go, 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 go. Manifest whatever it is that you want. And then finally, you got the Devil card. So with the Devil card, the big thing for you is in terms of your plans. You're going through this death. You're going through this rebirth. You have to guide your will to what it is that you want. You're going to be manifesting things and taking action. But with the Devil card, it is a matter of organizing yourself. You know, what do they say is God comes to earth and creates a religion, and the devil comes right down after and organizes it. So determine what it is that you want and get really organized. Make sure that you have a structure in place for your goals. Ally, we did a 3-card spread for you, and all 3 cards are major arcana. So this is a very big transitional time. I think that, you know, looking overall at this spread, this is a time of great maturity for you. You're going to be really growing, and you're going to be able to manifest so many things. So I hope that helps you. So enjoy this transition and hang in there. I imagine it might be tough. Hello, bot. We're going to take care of bot's question too before we look at your other Tarotscopes for all your signs. Are you going to get a large amount of money within the next 2 months? I hope so. That would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice, bot? Let's see. Large amount of money within the next 2 months. Will bot get a large amount of money within the next 2 months? Will bot get a lot of money next 2 months? Bot get a large amount of money. Let's see. Will bot get a large amount of money over the next 2 months? I hope so. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a large amount of money. I will say this, that if you want a large amount of money, you got to move away from something. So if something is like taking a lot of your time, or you're doing something on a regular basis that doesn't bring you any money or brings you very little money, that's a time suck. That's a waste of energy. And when we're making money, it's all about transmutation of energy, right? So we're changing energy. We put something forth, and that transmutes into money. So it seems like, bot, you got to let go of something in order to really tap in to that big money that you're looking for. The World card comes up. This is about success and fulfillment. It's about understanding your limitations so you're then able to maximize your creative potential. So the World does spell success. I would say, though, that if you want to manifest a lot of money, you got to use your brain. You're very, very smart, according to this. Queen of Swords is like the writer. She is very intelligent. So if you want a lot of money, you may want to explore the intellectual gifts that you have and find some way to monetize those. So I can't promise you a lot of money over the next 2 months. I can say, though, that things will get better for you financially when you move on, close a cycle, and really use your brain. So you're probably not being intellectually challenged, or you're not in a position right now to showcase your intellect. You want more money, then you need to share your gifts with the world, share your talents. And that, according to this, is intellectual. You're quite smart, which we already knew about, which we already knew. Okay. So 21 degrees. 21 degrees is where this new moon will be. So you want to find out where 21 degrees of Virgo falls in your astrology chart. That's the life area perfect for planting seeds until your full moon in Aries, which is on the 29th of September. So that's where there's lots of energy for you to manifest. You can make a new moon wish list if you wish. So for the new moon, what you can do is come up with a list of 9 things that you want to invite into your life. And then you can get a candle that's appropriate to whatever the main wish is, or whatever house that 21 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart. And then you can write maybe down on a piece of paper the 9 things that you want. And then you can create symbols and put that on your candle. It's just to focus your energy. So you can do that, or you can come up with other ideas, maybe create a vision board, but find out where that 21 degrees of Virgo is in your chart. And that's the area that's really ripe for new beginnings. So keep that in mind. Speaking of Aries, this new moon for you is hitting your 6th house. So you get new beginnings in health, well-being, work, service, establishing better habits, regimes, and processes. So it's about streamlining your routines, getting really efficient. And, this is a new beginning in terms of work. If you're looking for new work, this is a very, very good time for you. So think about what you want to do and how you want to work with your life on a regular basis, how you want your life to feel. And you have unexpected financial opportunities with Uranus in your 2nd house. Uranus is in Taurus, and that hits your 2nd house, Aries. So you might get some unexpected money, especially if you adjust your work, your routines, and your habits. So this might be about streamlining your work or implementing something new professionally. Also, you may have a realization in your values with Uranus there in that second house. Like, oh, this doesn't really matter to me anymore. Why am I doing it? It could be a matter of, for instance, of, I really miss my spouse and I'm working all the time. I need to spend more time with my spouse so I don't lose him or her, right? So you're going to get more in touch with your values too, what really matters to you. And let's see what advice Aries gets for the new moon in Virgo. Advice for Aries. Advice for Aries. Eight of Pentacles, which is very apropos. This card is actually ruled by Virgo. It's Sun in Virgo, and it is about prudence and caution and the power of the overall view. So this is essentially making sure that you're being very, very disciplined and prudent and careful, and really taking your time with your work, right? Which makes sense with this energy that we're playing with right now. So take your time. Things should be really coming up nicely. The Eight of Pentacles is like when you're watering your garden on a regular basis, and then one day you just wake up, you were into your process, and your garden has grown. So take your time and be cautious and careful, Aries. Happy new moon for you. And Taurus. So Taurus, this new moon is hitting your fifth house of pleasure. So you got new beginnings for yourself in creativity, self-expression. The fifth house covers anything that lights you up and brings you joy. It could be your fun, your play, your creations, including your children, if you have any, as well as romance and joy. And Taurus, Uranus is in your first house, of course, because Uranus is in Taurus. So you want to embrace positive personality shifts. Let your wild side out to play in safe, gratifying ways. So with Uranus in your first house, the alarm clock is really about your personality. I don't want to do this anymore, or I do want to do this. So you're going through quite a transition with Uranus in your first house, and that lining up with your fifth house of pleasure. It might be a matter of you're finding something that you really, really love to do, and you're going to change your whole personality and perhaps base it around that, or at least incorporate what brings you great joy into your personality. And also, it's just really important to remember with Uranus in your first house, your personality is going through changes. And if you want a new personal reality, well, you change your personality, because your personality creates your personal reality. So think about what changes you want to make to your personality to get the personal reality you desire. And let's see, Taurus, what card you get for your new moon in Virgo. Some wisdom for Taurus. Wisdom for Taurus. Wisdom for Taurus. Wisdom for Taurus. Well, Nine of Cups. Look at you. Nine of Cups is pure, indulgent self-satisfaction. Cat who ate the canary. This is about happiness, including material happiness. So I would say with Nine of Cups, the advice for you is to make your mind up to be happy. Make that your intention, because happiness is going to bring you whatever it is that you want. We only want something because we believe having it is going to make us feel better. So you want to change the order of operations, get happy, and then you'll attract the love that you want or the money that you want, etc. So make your mind up for that. And happy new moon, Taurus. We get a super chat from 𝐏𝐬𝐲𝐜𝐡𝐿. Thank you, 𝐏𝐬𝐲, for your super chat. I want to help my son with his big problem, but something is telling me to leave it alone and only help if asked. Should I be a mom and do it anyways? Or just wait for him to ask for help? Or does he even need help? Well, let's see, 𝐏𝐬𝐲. Advice for 𝐏𝐬𝐲. Advice for 𝐏𝐬𝐲 in regard to her son. 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 Advice for 𝐏𝐬𝐲. Let's see. So you want to hold on to what you have, right? Like you want to be an example right now for your son. It's really about being grounded and holding on to what you have. I would say with the 10 of Wands, I feel like if this is overwhelming you and making you feel like this is like this heavy burden, you need to say something because you don't want to be too late. The 10 of Wands is about there just being a tremendous amount of pressure. So if this is interfering in your relationship with your son and it's hard for you to get off the subject in your brain, release the pressure valve and say something. And also with two of Pentacles, test the waters, right? You know, you can like mention something, see if if he takes the bait and wants to talk about it, right? So feel him out a little bit, but I would say that it looks like right now this concern that you have is interfering in your relationship, and you want to make sure that the flow between you and your son is really, really great. So if something's really just taxing, mention it. But again, test the waters, see if he bites. And if he sets a boundary, well, you got to respect that boundary, depending on how old your son is. I hope that helps you, 𝐏𝐬𝐲𝐜𝐻𝐿. And then Gemini. So Gemini, you got this new moon in Virgo hitting your fourth house of home and family. So you get new beginnings in terms of home, family, emotional security, well-being. And it's a domestic transit for you. So you want to get nice and comfy and cozy. You may want to nest and rest under this new moon. The fourth house is all about feeling at home within the self, feeling at peace within. And also, you got Uranus in your 12th house of the subconscious. So this is an opportunity, Gemini, to understand how you tick. You may discover how you're subconsciously sabotaging yourself. So Uranus, the alarm clock is going off in your subconscious. So you might be like, for instance, I might say, every single time this happens to me, every single time. All right, well, who's the common denominator in this situation? Me. So it's me. It's not the whole world that's out to get me or pissing me off in this one regard. It's me. I'm attracting it. So look at what you're attracting on a regular basis and take responsibility for that. Because as soon as you take responsibility for your reality, you can then change it. Because then you have a more of a internal locus of control as opposed to an external one in which you think the world is controlling your life, when really everything is a reflection. So whatever's going on within yourself is projected outwardly and creates your reality. So there's some wake-up calls there that could be really, really positive. So let's see, Gemini, some wisdom that you get from the tarot. Wisdom for Gemini. Wisdom for Gemini. Wisdom for Gemini. Six of Cups. So this is a nice card. So the Six of Cups is really about the past, right? And it's about nostalgia in some respects. I would say with the Six of Cups for you, because you're going through a fourth house transit, connecting with people from the past, especially children, right? So there might be nieces and nephews or grandchildren or even your own children that you want to connect with. But the answer to the Six of Cups has to do with the past. So go back and see if you might want to mend fences or get closer to some people. Maybe you were connected to somebody previously and you got out of touch. So the Six of Cups is really about going back to the past and really seeing what good things you can pull from the past and how that might help you create even a better future for you. So make friends with the past and those people from the past. And happy new moon, Gemini. Cancer. This new moon is going to be in your third house of communications. So there's a new beginning for you in the way you think, your mindset, which is really a big deal. So this house covers your regular environs, as well as short trips, siblings, and socializing. So it's a big deal the third house. It covers a lot of things. So you get a new beginning there. And you also have Uranus in your 11th house. So there might be some pleasant surprises in regard to 11th house things, your friends, your community, and making your hopes, dreams, and wishes come true. So this is really a nice thing for you. So essentially, there are no dangling carrots in the universe. So whatever you want comes with it, the built-in prerequisite ability for you to achieve it. There are no dangling carrots in the universe. There is the supply before the demand. So keep that in mind with whatever it is that you want. And let's see what wisdom you get from the tarot. Cancer, wisdom for 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 Cancer. Ace of Pentacles. So this is a great card. It's the root powers of Earth. So whatever you're wanting to manifest, you have the ability to do so. But it's about making your plans real. So I'd say with the Ace of Pentacles, in light of your third house transit, it's about really grounding yourself and doing whatever it is that you can to make things real, be really practical, right? Develop trust with people, make sure that you're responsible and dependable and doing what you need to do to build. So there's a building aspect to this, and there's a new beginning for you, not just in terms of communication, Cancer, but in terms of wealth, prosperity, trust, and really feeling as good as possible. So I would say make those practical moves that are going to make you more stable, not just health-wise, but financially as well, and also establishing stronger trust with the people that are in your life. So keep that in mind. Happy new moon, Cancer. Leo, money bags. Leo, you got this new moon in your second house of finances. That should be great. So you get a new beginning in terms of finance and values. This is going to be about your personal values, what really matters to you, your talents, and your financial prosperity. In biblical times, we would have a talent as a unit of measure. A talent was a unit of measure. So you would give a talent for exchange for something else. Nowadays, what we do is we utilize our talents to make money. So this is a time in which you can explore your talents and perhaps create a side hustle if you're so inclined. But the second house for you, Leo, this transit, it's all about feeling stable, sensual, and secure. Meanwhile, you have Uranus in your 10th house of career, of status. So with this, you will most likely experience some sweet professional changes. You may achieve more recognition and status. And with the link between your second house and your 10th house, you could have a career jump that brings you more money. So utilize your talents and rise up the ranks. You know, this is a really great time for you to increase your income as well as your power in the world. So let's see, Leo, what wisdom you get from the tarot for the new moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Leo, wisdom for Leo, wisdom for Leo, wisdom for Leo, wisdom for Leo. Wisdom for Leo, Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, essentially what you need to do is make sure you stay in the right mindset. The Page of Swords is like the mood fighter. You got to, be careful of your own moods and also the moods of other people, not allowing yourself to be affected by them. I would also say with Page of Swords, loose lips sink ships. This is a wonderful time for you to rise up the ranks professionally and make more money. You do not want to say something that is going to sabotage that. So think before you speak. Okay. And you also might want to just perk up and listen for different opportunities. The Page of Swords is sort of like a spy, right? So if you're looking for more opportunities to make more money or rise up in the ranks, well, you're not reinventing the wheel. So see what other people may have done and then replicate that. And just keep honest and keep quiet if you can, especially with that Page of Swords. And do your research. Find out what you need to do. Virgo, the sign of the hour. Happy new moon, Virgo, in your sign. This is a new beginning for you in terms of your personal identity and your well-being. So the first house pertains to your personality, perception, as well as how you assert yourself in the world on micro and macro levels. So, micro level. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Joshua. That is a first house thing because you're seeing me, you're seeing my face, you're seeing how I package myself. That's a first house thing. But also, if I'm saying, in this world, I'm going to be in love, well, that you're also asserting that, right? If that's how you live your life, you live your life in a sense of kindness and generosity and feelings of romance and joy. You're also asserting yourself in that macro way. So determine what package you're presenting to the world, micro, but also in a bigger level, what do you represent? What do you stand for? What are you not going to have in your life, and what will you have in your life? And meanwhile, you got this Uranian energy in your 9th house. So the 9th house is all about expansion and growth and learning. So you get to really expand as well. You might actually decide to take on a course of study. You might travel very far, and you also might publish or broadcast something. So that could be really, really great. You could be publishing or broadcasting if you are a writer or a performer in some capacity. And the 9th house has to do with like a leap of faith. So, and that's what we do when we decide, oh, I'm going to throw myself into this subject, or I'm going to go to this foreign country, or I'm going to publish something that I wrote, right? It's a leap of faith, and there's a lot of luck there for you, especially in regard to your personality. Maybe part of your personality is going to change, and you're going to be a published author, or maybe your personality is going to change, and you're going to be a really a big traveler, right? So happy birthday, by the way, Virgo. And let's see what wisdom you get from the tarot for your new moon. New moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Virgo. Wisdom for Virgo. Wisdom for... And it's your card. The Hermit. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo. It's actually a really very positive card. It's card number 9. That's the highest single-digit number. And this is a number of completion, and it's a number of fulfillment, and it's also the number of the universe. So with the Hermit card, in a lot of respects, this is about confronting your fears of being alone. So you're not basing your relationship decisions on that fear. You want to be able to stand on your own 2 feet emotionally, not really need anyone else, and then be like, okay, well, this person can help me appreciate my life more. That's one of the things in terms of the Hermit card. Also, the Hermit card is really about changes affecting home, work, family. It's often a moving card, right? So you're closing up a cycle in your life, and there may be some practical changes. You might be changing your lifestyle where you go on a day-to-day basis, but it's essentially the big message with the Hermit is to tap into that inner light and then to close things up. It may be time to be alone right now, right? So keep that in mind, and happy new moon. Libra. So your new moon, Libra, is hitting your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is interesting. It's the house of the subconscious. It's stuff that's behind the scenes. It covers what's hidden, as well as endings, letting go. So Libra, for you, this is a good time to determine what beliefs to implement and which patterns to leave behind. If you're constantly getting upset about the same thing and the same people and the same activities, well, look at yourself as the common denominator in this situation and determine what new beliefs you have to instill in order to not be aggravated. Also, you have Uranus in your 8th house. So you want to embrace positive developments in letting go, in intimacy, joint enterprises that you have with other people, and also your boundaries. So the 8th house, where you have Uranus, it's really very much all about boundaries, right? So essentially, if something makes you feel bad, well, you need to set up a boundary so you don't feel bad anymore. If something makes you feel good, well, you might want to consider releasing the boundary or dissolving the boundary so you can feel even better. But it's all about boundaries. You might dissolve them, you might put them up. In any case, whatever boundaries you set or dissolve, it's supposed to help you become more empowered. And with that subconscious transit that you're going through, Libra, it's a matter really of determining what it is that you want, seeing who else might have what it is that you want, and really think, what kind of beliefs does this person actually have about this subject? So if it's love, for instance, you wanting more love, well, maybe you make the belief that love comes easy for you, that you love everyone and everyone loves you, right? So you want to work on creating new beliefs that are supportive to your goals. And let's see, Libra, what wisdom you get from the tarot for your new moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Libra, wisdom for Libra, wisdom for Libra, wisdom for Libra. 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands is also about completing a cycle because it's a 9, right? It's a fire cycle. You're en route to completing a fire cycle. And the big thing with the 9 of Wands is you don't want to be unnecessarily defensive. This guy, you know, he's on guard. He's very, very cagey. This could be an attack that never comes. So determine where you might be defensive, where you need to be more open. And also with 9 of Wands, you have the strength to persevere. So if you're going through something right now, you have hidden reserves of energy and you are very, very, very strong. So you're going to be able to get through that. Just watch out for unnecessary defensiveness and really maybe start seeing the universe as a friend. Maybe with the 9 of Wands, a part of you is very protective of yourself and suspicious of what might be coming your way. And with this is sort of like a matter of expecting the best and knowing that things work out for you. Again, anything that you can implement in your subconscious during this period, it'll make a world of difference. So start cultivating those beliefs in your brain that are conducive to you getting what you want. And happy new moon, Libra. Scorpio. So this new moon, Scorpio, is hitting your 11th house. That's a nice little fun transit for you. The 11th house has to do with your friends, your dreams. So this is a new beginning for you in terms of social connections and really making your dreams come true. So it's your friends, your community, and your ideals. Remember, there are no dangling carrots in the universe. So whatever it is that you want comes with it, the built-in prerequisite ability for you to achieve it. You just got to align up with it, right? And really what you might want to do, Scorpio, is visualize your end result, but also your process. That is a key word this new moon in Virgo, process. The things you do day in and day out that help you get closer to your objective. Also, you got Uranus and Taurus in your 7th house. So there could be some really great positive developments with your partners, your long-term partners. This could be your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your best friend forever. This could also be your consultants, of those people you consult for. And it also could be your audience, because the 7th house is also your audience. So if you have, say, a YouTube channel or you're a writer, then then that would be really key for you. Thank you, Shiny Side. Thank you very much for the super chat. If you have a question, put it in there and I'll make sure I answer it. Thank you. So you got positive developments with your partners. I think it's going to be a really nice new moon for you. I would also consider how your partner in life can help you achieve your biggest dreams. So it's a wonderful transit. on the 11th house. Let's see, Scorpio, what wisdom you get from the tarot for the new moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Scorpio. Wisdom for Scorpio. Wisdom for Scorpio. Nice. So you got the Six of Pentacles. This is a really good card. So the Six of Pentacles essentially says payoff. This is a time for you to finally get your comeuppance and get some money that you weren't expecting, most likely with the Six of Pentacles. As I had said, Mercury, okay, this summer we had Venus, love and money is what Venus rules, and Mercury, which is about communication. Both were retrograde. Not cool, right, for a summer. So if things have been tough for you over the past several weeks, things will get better. This is a card about the haves and have-nots. So there might be some things that you have that you can give to somebody else, and they might have certain things that they have that you don't have that they can give to you. So this is about balancing success. I would expect some money, some money that you weren't expecting. We're not talking like a windfall necessarily, but certainly some change that you hadn't been expecting. So look for that and look for ways in which you can give as well as receive. I think especially with Uranus in your 7th house, this is a really great time to partner up with somebody who might have what you want and maybe you have what they want, or they have what you need and you have what they need. So partner up with people and create success. So enjoy your new moon in Virgo, Scorpio. Sagittarius, you're going to go get that trophy. We know you Sagittarius love your trophies. This is a new beginning for you in regard to career and public recognition. So this transit for you is all about your contribution to society, your reputation, how the world sees you, your status, your position, your honors, what you do professionally. So that's really good. If you want to make some major moves, you might want to say to yourself, okay, by spring, I want to be in this position, or I want to be at this level. Plant those seeds, and again, focus on your process. What are you doing day in and day out to help you achieve your goals? Also, how perfect is this? But you have Uranus in your 6th house. So there's positive developments in your daily routines, health, work, and service. So you got the 10th house and you got the 6th house. Your 10th house is your vocation, your career, what you're known for. The 6th house is what you do on a day-to-day basis, right? You could look at it as what you're known for, and your legacy is the 10th house, whereas your day-to-day job is your 6th house, because it's a beautiful trine. These two energies are really working well together. So what you want to think of, Sagittarius, is how your work life, your day-to-day, is going to get you to that next level. So if you're working in a corporation, for instance, taking on some extra responsibilities or shadowing somebody who might be doing what it is that you want to do could be very advantageous. So let's see, Sagittarius, what card you get for your new moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Sagittarius. Wisdom for Sagittarius. Wisdom for Sagittarius. King of Wands. So the King of Wands is cardinal, right? It's cardinal fire. So this card is suggesting that you create a vision for yourself. That's first and foremost. So we're having a new moon that's hitting your 10th house. What is the ultimate? Like, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to contribute to society? And what does that look like? What does your process look like? So visualize your end goal, sure, but also visualize your process. How are you getting there? What are you doing day in and day out? And I think that with the King of Wands, you can certainly manifest it, especially come spring. So keep that in mind. Shiny side. Let's talk. Let's get your super chat in here. Your Scorpio husband. I'm sorry to hear that. My Scorpio husband had a 3rd stroke. We've changed up our nutrition, exercise, therapies, responding shockingly well. I'm really glad to hear that. Do I see a lot more healing for him to come? Will he be able to attend your child's college graduation? Let's see. I hope so, shiny side. Let's see what we get in terms of your husband. Is there a lot more healing for him to come? Also, will he be able to attend your child's college graduation? Let's see. Yeah, according to this, the worst is over. So I feel like, with the Ten of Swords, this is the end of a problem when it could not get much worse. So we're reaching this next level of healing, is my guess. I feel like you made some kind of adjustment, and it's probably like one main thing that you changed, and it's like, oh, maybe he was allergic to something, I'm not sure. Then you get the 10 of Cups, which is a very happily ever after card. And then you have the World card here. So I would say that things are going very, very well. You're closing cycles, that's for sure. So definitely keep up the good work and do whatever it is that you can to feel good. So whatever he's going through emotionally, the better emotions he can feel, the better he's going to feel physically, because our emotional state determines our physical state. So the more you both can work together to live happily ever after and to enjoy each other's energies and your life and your children, your child, I think that'll be really good. So I think it's going to be very, very positive for you. And I would be very surprised if he was not able to attend your child's graduation. So happy new moon, Scorpio. I'm glad it looks really good. Capricorn. So Capricorn, you got this new moon in your 9th house. So it's all about growth and expansion. The 9th house covers publishing, if you're a writer or a performer, broadcast. It also covers foreign travel and higher education. So the whole point of this transit, Capricorn, is for you to expand and grow. Meanwhile, you have Uranus in your 5th house. So you want to embrace positive developments in play, creativity, your creations, your children, if you have children, romance, whatever lights you up and brings you joy. And as we speak about in regard to Capricorn, Capricorn actually grows old in reverse. They look younger at 60 than they did 40. And they also, as they progress, they learn to relax, because Capricorns had a lot of responsibility as children. So they grow old in reverse, meaning they might have a lot more fun as they get older than they did when they were younger. And that's great, because you got Uranus in your 5th. You might decide that I really want to do this. This is my passion. This is what I really, really love. You might decide that you want to have a child or create a new relationship with your child. You might decide to really, combining the two, work hard to push forward and publish or broadcast your creativity. So that could be really, really good. So let's see, Capricorn, what wisdom you get from the tarot for your new moon in Virgo. Queen of Swords. So Capricorn, you just want to utilize your brain, right? The Queen of Swords is about taking a cool, calm, and collected approach and really utilizing your intellectual gifts to get you to that next level. So this could be about writing, in fact. It's a matter of Queen of Swords is really great in a lot of things. She's a great editor. She's a great writer. She's a great dancer even. So really look at what it is that you want to do from an intellectual lens first. This might pertain to planning and determining what your process is going to be to go on that trip, to study, to publish, to broadcast. So be very, very savvy and intellectual. I think the big thing is cooling down and making sure you're seeing life from a cooler lens, if that makes sense. Ally, let's see. How will your 2 cats adjust to the move back to Canada? Hugo is an Aquarius and Spider is a Taurus. I'm unsure of our permanent home situation for now. Let's see, Ally. I hope your cats are going to be fine. Let's see. How will your cats adjust to move back to Canada. Four of Swords, then 10 of Swords, and then the Emperor. I think it'll be okay. It's going to be a little bit rough. What I would do is make sure that, okay, so in your home that you're currently in, say your cats have, either a bed or a blankie or a blanket. You want to create something or a stuffed animal. Don't wash it. Make sure the scent is on it from the other place, because it does look like it might be a little bit of a rough transition, right? So it might be a little bit tough, but after you get through it, with the Emperor, there'll be a new beginning. But I don't think it's going to be too easy. So make sure that you have certain things that they're used to around them, especially like blankets, stuff like that. I know you do that with dogs, and it really, really helps. So good luck. Kelsey, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you being here, so thank you. Moving forward, Aquarius. So Aquarius, this new moon in Virgo is hitting your 8th house. It's a time of rebirth and metamorphosis. So you get a new beginning for yourself when it comes to intimacy, empowerment, and personal transformation. So the 8th house covers joint enterprises, setting and dissolving boundaries, endings, and also being reborn. So you're going through a metaphorical death, Aquarius. There's probably something in your life that is ending. And even if it's a positive thing, like you're getting rid of something that you don't need anymore, you still have to mourn the ending in order to prepare for the new beginning. So even if it's something great that's changing for you, you still got to mourn the past. Meanwhile, there are positive developments ahead in the realm of home, family, and emotional security. So you might move and get a bigger place. You might also connect more deeply with your relatives, right? Your family. So there's some really great changes ahead to make you feel more emotionally secure. But most likely with this new moon in the 8th house, you have to really release things that are no longer serving you. So let's see, Aquarius, what wisdom you get from the tarot for your new moon in Virgo. Wisdom for Aquarius, wisdom for Aquarius, wisdom for Aquarius. 7 of Pentacles. So additionally, with the 7 of Pentacles, essentially, it's all about fears of failure that are really groundless in the long term. Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles, you need to assess where you're at right now and make some real strong conclusions, but don't be trepidatious. Typically, the 7 of Pentacles comes up when you want to make a change that's going to be better for you, but you're afraid of losing the stability that you wind up having already. Which typically is going to happen, right? So don't fear failure. Assess the situation and know that change is stability. Hey, Sonia, nice to see you. Oh, it's empty. That's okay. That's okay. And we have a super chat again from Shiny Side, and we'll do this as well. What is the best advice for your Aquarian student now in year 4 of college? Best advice for your child. Let's see. Best advice for your child. I would say the best advice is for her to, with the Strength card, she needs to do whatever it is that she can to harness her impulses and really focus on what it is that might be challenging for her. So I think with the Strength card, it might be grappling with some particular subject, right? And she needs to learn how to organize her time based on logic, not emotion, if that makes sense. You get the 9 of Cups here. So I think the big thing for her is to do what it is that's going to make her happy. But it does seem as if in pursuing her happiness, there's something that might also be problematic. So it's like a contradictory desire. It might be a matter she wants to date lots of people, but she also has a really strong connection to her significant other, right? So it's a matter of she needs to find a way to balance her contradictory desires, because she can get her wish and be really happy with the 9 of Cups, but that might result also in a little bit of pain as well. So I think that she probably needs to go through a time of releasing and relaxing and really quietude, so she can get a better understanding of what it is that she's actually looking for, what really matters to her. I think that she's probably being pulled in a few different directions right now. And I think there needs to be some way in which she's able to rectify and reconcile the different desires that she has. I hope she's great. I'm sure she is. And last but not least, Pisces, before I leave you today, Pisces, this new moon in Virgo is hitting your 7th house, of course. So there's a new beginning for you in terms of partnerships. This new moon covers all long-term partners and your audience if you're a performer, a writer, etc. So it's a good time for you to strengthen your relationships and plant seeds for new ones. Also, Pisces, you got positive developments pertaining to your 3rd house. So your mindset, your social life, your communications. Also, the 3rd house pertains to your neighborhood, your neighbors, your siblings, and your regular environments. So this is a nice little transit for you, Pisces. It's all about you making sure that you are doing everything that you can to develop your relationships, strengthen your relationships, but also plant seeds for new ones, right? And if you have an audience, a great time for you in a new beginning in regard to them. I feel like with the 3rd house and the 11th house making a trine in your chart, it's really about making sure that you're socializing in ways that are conducive to more partnerships. Or maybe it's a matter of you and your partner socialize together in this new setting, right? But there's something really good about communications for you, Pisces, this transit. It might be a matter of you and your significant other being more social. Or it could be the reverse. You might be looking for a partner, personal, professional, etc., and you'll find them in either your neighborhood or wherever you go on a regular basis. So let's see, Pisces, what advice you get for the new moon in Virgo. Advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. 4 of Cups. So this is an interesting card. On the one hand, it's about being filled up and contented and not really needing anything more. And that's the perfect vibrational space for manifestation. Satisfied but eager for more. In this card, he's not really eager for more. He's a little apathetic, but at the same time, emotionally, things are stable. So I would say with this card, few things. 1, get comfortable and cozy and satisfied, but don't get apathetic. Be very, very mindful of the blessings that you have. Be very, very cognizant of your gratitude. Wear gratitude like a cloak, right? But also get your emotions stabilized. And that'll be really good advice for you this new moon, because then you can be like, okay, well, here I am emotionally. This is what I want to incorporate in my life, particularly in terms of partnerships. And that's it. There we have it, folks. Thanks so much for joining me today. I have to scram and get ready for my next appointment, but be sure to check out your written horoscopes on my website, psychicssun.com. The link to that is in the description below, as well as all the services that I offer if you are interested in getting a reading, etc. You have a great day too. It was wonderful seeing everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful new moon. Thanks so much for joining me live and also for watching the replay if you're catching this later. Happy new moon, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow if you're around for This Week Astrology at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. East. Have a great day, everyone. Happy new moon.